Have you ever wondered if all of this is just a simulation? According to Neville Goddard, it is, and that's why in today's video I'm going to reveal why manifesting is just like creating and playing a video game, how you can use this realization to draw money, love and health to you, the magic of exploring different worlds in the simulation, which leads to, well, I don't want to reveal too much, and how you can achieve higher levels of abundance by reaching a higher level in the video game of manifesting your life. Now keep in mind that all of the techniques that I share with you in this video have to be combined. If you only leave out one technique, then you have an unfinished video game, and an unfinished video game is not fun to play and it's impossible to manifest with it. So make sure that you watch this video till the very end. Now, what if I told you that the sooner you accept that everything that you experience in your physical reality is just an illusion, is just a simulation, the faster you can manifest anything you want. I mean, I still remember when I watched the movie The Matrix for the very first time. I had the feeling, even though that was years before my spiritual awakening, that I was witnessing something special. I couldn't grasp it yet, but something was happening on this screen that deeply impacted me. And no, it was not only that I wanted to look as cool as Keanu Reeves with sunglasses. How am I doing? Am I doing a good job? No? Oh. And Neville Goddard said it best in Awakened Imagination. Imagination is the very gateway of reality. Now, what video game do you want to create? What simulation do you want to play? What experiences do you want to make? Do you want to have an amazing holiday in Greece? Do you want to fill your bank account to an extent where you can do whatever you want? Do you want to fall in love with somebody in this video game who takes your breath away? What's the next level that your character in this video game reaches? Maybe it's $10,000, maybe it's $20,000 a month, maybe it's $30,000 a month. You are the creator. But that's not your only job. Because if you don't include this next step, then designing the best levels, the most amazing worlds and the most adventurous side quests won't matter at all. And that's why I now want to take you back to the moment when I looked at myself in the mirror for the very first time after I had made the decision to manifest financial freedom. So let's look at myself in the... Yes, that was exactly the reaction I had back then when I looked into the mirror, because I saw somebody who was defeated. I saw somebody whose eyes were empty as my bank account back then. I saw somebody with the body language of somebody who had given up on life. And that's why I was standing in front of the mirror with the most proudest, most confident body language you can imagine, and it looked like this. I was definitely not the protagonist in a video game about an abundant life, about adventures, because that was me back then. And that's who I wanted to be, and there was a huge distance between these two versions of me. In fact, back then I kind of felt like a car in GTA that was crashed 100 times against a wall until it finally fell apart. And that's why I had to create a new self, because if I wanted to experience the abundant life I wanted, then I had to become the new self that was in alignment with this abundant life. Because if your self is down there and here's your abundant dream life, then the bridge of incidents can't be built, it has to crumble. But if you go up here with your new self and you're matching this abundant dream life, that's when you can build the bridge of incidents. And Neville Goddard says it in these words in The Power of Awareness. To reach a higher level of being, you must assume a higher concept of yourself. And that's exactly what we're going to do together in week number 3 of the Abundance Reality Shift coaching program, because there we're going to go into the creation process of your higher self, of your new abundant self that we then create, step into, and with which we then manifest. And now I invite you to let the universe know that you are ready to be the abundant self. So comment down below, I am the abundant self. I am the abundant self. But unfortunately, 90% of people stop exactly right here. They define their main protagonist and they create their video game, but they don't take it further. But I have the feeling that you are different. I have the feeling that you want to experience all the signs, all the synchronicities, all the serendipities that the universe can bring you, that the universe can allow you to experience, so that you can easily walk over this bridge of incidents directly to your manifestation. And yes, after I had created the protagonist of my video game with the title Abundant Life, I had dropped my desire in consciousness because I desired an abundant life, and I stepped into the realm of confidence by acting as this character every day. And in Your Faith is Your Fortune, Neville Goddard describes this process beautifully. When you drop your desire in consciousness as a seed, confident that it shall appear in its full-blown potential, you have done all that is expected of you. To be worried or concerned about the manner of their unfoldment is to hold these fertile seeds in a mental grasp, and therefore to prevent them from really maturing to full harvest. And yet I invite you to do this. I just wanted to wear the sunglasses again. I invite you to explore different worlds in the simulation to achieve your next goal, to achieve your next quest, and to live a life full of fulfilled potentials. In my experience, the bridge of incidents that Neville Goddard mentions, which means the unfolding of events that naturally lead you to your desired manifestation, comes to those who fully enjoy their life, comes to those who follow the opportunities that the bridge of incidents provides them with, which means they take the inspired action. They embark on the path that then lead them naturally, guided in magical ways to their manifestations. Because it is, as Neville Goddard said, if you tell them it came to pass because you simply imagined it, no, they will point to the series of events that led up to it, and they will give credit to the bridge of incidents across which you walked towards the fulfillment of that state. And they will point out some physical thing that was the cause. But you know that everything was created in your imagination, and that by fully immersing yourself in the simulation as the protagonist of your video game that you created, you made this process so much more fun, so much smoother, and so much easier for you, so that you can then, by walking over the bridge of incidents, arrive at your desired manifestation. Now, what if I told you that most people stop manifesting exactly in the moment when it gets fun, rewarding, and really juicy? Because when I increased my income from making less than $1,000 a month before my spiritual awakening to now making way more than $20,000 a month 4 years after my spiritual awakening, I still remember how, with all these synchronicities, all these signs, all these serendipities, I reached a state that I had never even dreamed of in my wildest dreams. Had I never thought that I would ever make this amount of money. And yet, the moment I reached the $20,000 a month, guess what happened? My mind immediately jumped to $30,000 a month, and this can be a big blessing if you follow your desire, but it can also be a source of misery, a source of resentment, a reason for you to quit manifesting altogether. And here's the big mistake that so many people make. Your desire to move up one step further and to reach the next floor in the skyscraper of your manifestation can either lead to you reacting like this: yeah, I'm gonna jump from 20,000 to 30,000, I'm gonna do it. Or it can lead to this: how the hell should I reach 30,000 now? Why does my mind never stop with these desires? What you must realize is that expansion is inevitable. It is completely normal for you to develop a new desire once the old desire, the previous desire, has been reached and has been accomplished. Here's what Neville Goddard says in Imagining Creates Reality. The desire to do more, to be more, and to have more than you are presently expressing is the urge for expansion. And oh boy, did I fight this desire. I fought this desire for more for a reason I'm gonna share with you in just a moment. I was afraid that at some point I will end up like Gollum. And I would be sitting in a dark corner wanting more and more and more and getting more miserable with my precious. Gollum, Gollum, my precious. But then I made an important life-changing realization that if you make this realization, will allow you to easily manifest the next income level over and over and over again. And it's a realization that 99% of people on this journey either don't make at all or they make it way too late. The reason why expanding your desire and reaching for an even higher level in your video game, for reaching for the next quest, can become a source of misery is not because of the desire itself, but because of what you associate with that desire. Because so many people, when we take money as an example, they associate more stress, more time investment, and more headache with making more money. I mean, so many people have heard the sentence, more money, more problems. And if you believe that, then of course you are resisting to making more money. And that was something that I was actually not even aware of in the beginning, but it was a battle that I was fighting within myself. I thought to myself, if I make the jump from 20,000 to 30,000, oh my God, it will require so much work, until I eventually remembered. I remembered that before my spiritual awakening, when I was making $1,000 a month, often less than that, I was working 10 to 12 hours a day and I was miserable. I couldn't even get off the couch anymore after 5 p.m. That's how exhausted I was. And now that I'm making more than $20,000 a month, I'm working 4 to 5 hours a day, I'm incredibly happy. And I live my life to the fullest. So now that I made the experience that when I 20x'd my income, my time investment and my stress level went down significantly, who says that the same thing can't happen for me when I make the jump from 20,000 to 30,000? And who tells us that you can't make the same experience when you increase your income by doubling it, by 3x'ing it, by quadrupling it? It can happen to you as well. It happened to many of the amazing clients who joined my Abundance Reality Shift coaching program. And I was so blessed in this moment that I remembered that it happened to me. And that's when I lost all my negative emotions that were associated to this new expansion, this new desire. And that's when I realized and when I knew that yes, I can easily reach it. Because now my subconscious mind, through my emotional state, is no longer blocking the fulfillment of this desire. And now you might be saying, yes, Sebastian, that sounds nice, to work way less and to make more money and to be less stressed the more money you make. But how is that actually possible? It is possible because there is no time and there's no space in the quantum field, which means you, through your imagination, decide how hard or how easy it will be for you to reach the next level. I mean, that's why creating this video game of life is just like the cheat code in the Sims video game, the cheat code Rosebud, in case you've ever played Sims. And this is something that you have to remember, because your belief system, the way you think about yourself and about the world, creates this limitation. If you believe that it will be so stressful for you to reach that next level, then you will block yourself. If you believe it will be even easier, then you will supercharge your engine and then you can send that rocket out there and you can then draw the experience back to you. And that's why in week number 1 of the Abundance Reality Shift coaching program, we're going to have a close look at your limiting beliefs. We're going to change them into empowering beliefs about money and your worthiness of money. And then in week number 2, that's when we implement these new empowering beliefs deep in your subconscious mind in a powerful hypnosis so that your paradigm can shift and guide you towards the abundance you want to experience. So always remember, just because the number you want to reach gets bigger, doesn't mean that the effort has to get bigger. It is your choice because you are the creator of your video game and you are the creator of your life. And that's why I have to emphasize it again. You still won't be able to manifest the abundance you want, no matter how good you are at creating your video game, if you do not clean up this space up here, if you don't change the way you think about money. And that's why I invite you to watch this video next, because you want to think like a millionaire and then you can become one.